Hello, my name's Michelle, and I'm here today to talk to you about my life. I'm an artist, a visual artist, and I make art and I write poetry and all kinds of stuff. Thank you for watching. Right now, I'm going to read you some of my poetry. This is about my grandfather. I'm French Canadian, and when I was a kid, I called my grandfather Pépère. That's short in French for grand-père. But Pépère was short. So I wrote a poem about him. It's about the day that he passed away. He passed away on March 17th, 1972. And I was there in the room, in the kitchen, when he said goodbye to my grandmother. And I thought it was strange. I had just turned 7 years old. I thought it was strange that he said goodbye because he always said see you later or whatever. But this time he said goodbye, almost like he knew he wasn't going to be back. So I wrote this poem about him. I call it Pépère. Pépère. It was 1972. I had just turned 7. I saw you say goodbye in your green jacket and pants, lunch pail in hand, and your cap on your head. It felt strange, almost like you knew. School felt vacant, alone. They called me home, not knowing. I saw Jimmy, quiet and still, abandoned. Mom filled with grief. Her father now gone. Everything changed that day. I have so few memories of you, Pépère, but I remember you teaching me the blood of the plant. I never forgot, but you know that. You have stayed with me all these years. I love you, and I need you. I carry you wherever I am. It makes me sad, 'cause I miss him so much. I don't have a lot of memories of him because I was so young. Jimmy is my brother, my late brother. He passed away 2 days after my 41st birthday. And we didn't find out, Mom and I, until 4 years later, when the police alerted us. But that's another story. Sorry, I have a little bit of tears. So that's one poem. Jimmy is what I called my brother when I was little. This poem is about my grandmother. I called her Mémère. That's short for grand-mère in French. But I called her Mémère. She lived to be 82 or 84. She lived a lot longer than Pépère did. Pépère was almost 65, ready to retire when he died. So this is a poem about my grandmother. Ma mère, you didn't treat me well when I was a child. You always said I made Jimmy cry. I did once. I remember he threw me the ball, and I cried, "Mummy, he hit me with the ball." I came down the stairs, and you were sobbing in the corner. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I never wanted to hurt you. I've carried that all my life. So heavy, so much pain. In my tears, I wish I could have you back again and hug you one more time. I talk about my brother. Years ago, when we were playing, he was 7 years older than me, my brother Jim. And one day I said, I was up on the top of the staircase. We lived in a beautiful old home. It was like 100 years old. It was a Tudor style home. And I was up at the top of the long staircase, and he was on the main floor where our grandparents lived. And I said, "Throw me the ball." He said, "No, you're going to tell Mom I hit you with it." I said, "No, I won't." And I was being a little bit mischievous. And so he threw me the ball, and it didn't even come near me. And I said, "Mom, he hit me with the ball." And I thought it was funny. But a couple minutes later, I came down the stairs, and he was sobbing at the bottom. And I was only about 5 or 6. And I saw him like that. And I thought, oh my goodness, I made him cry. I felt so bad. I was just a little kid, but I felt so bad that I hurt him. So I never did that again. And I've carried that memory with me. I know that he would not want me to cry, but sometimes I do. Anyway, I write another poem about my brother. It's called Hug. I remember that day you came for a visit, wearing your blue sweatshirt and your black jeans, along with your canvas high tops. It was a bright sunny day, a perfect day for you to visit in your car. You were standing at the far end of our living room, near the rocking chair. I wore my jeans and my fedora, and I couldn't see your face. I didn't plan it that way. You spoke to me, and I was joking around with you. All of a sudden, you opened your arms, and I ran to you. I could feel your warmth, your hug, the first time and the last time we ever hugged in our whole lives. And I need it now, because I'm empty without you, and I'm hollow. I lie in this bed all the time, never hearing your voice. I'm alone. I'm lost, not saying, "I love you, Jim. I'll call you soon." "Michele," you say, and I'd hear your soft voice in my dead ear. I can't cope with this any longer. I'm closed, not seeing you. I'm shut. I wrote that about a memory I have of my brother coming to visit Mom and I one day where we used to live. Anyway, I said something to him, and he opened his arms for me to hug him, and it felt so good. That's the first and last time we ever hugged, at least that I can remember. And I wish I had that now. I miss my brother a lot. So the next poem is called Alone. One day you came to visit, wearing a blue sweat top and black jeans, and you had a little belly, not too big, but it protruded, and I joked with you. See, Omar the tent maker made your clothes, and you're too fat to fit through the bathroom door. I was wearing my fedora, so I couldn't see your face, but I heard your voice get real low and quiet. You can stop now, you muttered. I knew you were mad, angry with me. It's okay, I said. You know I'm teasing you. Just getting you back. I got my pound of flesh. You know I love you. You opened your arms and I ran to you. We hugged so tight. I felt your love. And now you're gone. And I'm here crying. Without you, Jim, I can't do this without you. That's about a memory I have of Jim coming to visit us. And he had put on a little weight. Now, he always had a nice body on him. He lifted weights, his arms were big. He would bench press and lift weights. Anyway, he came one day. He had just moved back from Lincoln, Nebraska to Toronto. And I was slim back then, and I wasn't bedbound like I am now. I could walk. I walked with a cane, I think. That's about it. Anyway, he was there. When I was a kid, he used to say to me, tease me about my weight. I've always been chunky. And he'd say to me, oh, Omar the tent maker made your clothes, and you're too fat to fit through the bathroom door. And I would cry and say, Mummy, Jimmy's teasing me again. And she'd say, stop teasing your sister. Anyway, when he came with that little belly, I thought, oh, I'm gonna get you. And I did. And he didn't like it. But then he opened his arms and we hugged. He knew that I loved him and I told him so. That was so nice. I really miss that. Yeah. And the next one is called Jimmy. It's about my brother again. We went through every Christmas together, always side by side. I remember you, Jim. Then I called you Jimmy. I loved calling you that. One day I let it slip. As you were coming up the stairs, I said sorry. It just came out. You didn't react. I don't know if it bothered you, because you went in your room, and as you put away your jacket, I sat on your bed. This is called Jimmy, about my late brother, whom I love so much. I do everything in memory of him. So now, I think I'm going to show you some art. I'm an artist, I'm a visual artist. And I like to draw in my journal. And I did this. And I call it Music and Madness. And as you see, there are spirals going around and around and around. That's what I envision madness to be. It's just going around and around in circles. It's hard for me to explain my art. It's just something you have to look at and think of how it makes you feel. Because most of the time it's abstract. Sometimes it's realism or representational. In other words, it looks like what you're drawing. But abstract does not look like what you're drawing. It's very subjective. It can be something different for everyone. When I make it, it's because of a couple of years ago, in the summer of 2020, I was in hospital and they injured my right arm, and now I can't use it ever since then. I do everything with my left hand. See? My right arm is pretty static. It just kind of lays there. I feed myself and I draw. I do things with my left hand mostly. Once in a while, I do paint with my right hand, but I get very tired very quickly. So I think that's all for now. If you enjoy this video, can you please hit the subscribe button and the bell and like it, because I would really appreciate it. And leave a comment, please. I'm interested to know what you think. So remember, you're worthwhile and life is precious. Thank you very much for watching today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.